And if there is a door, which door is it? Again, Jesus weighed in on this subject, and he said something absolutely outrageous. You know what he said? He said, I am the door. That's outrageous! He looked at all the other doors and he said, no, none of them. I'm the only way back. I am your only hope. That's either true or outrageous. Oh, and I know, at this point, so many of us, because of the world that we grow in and the culture and everything we hear, go, oh, here it comes, the Christian sales pitch. Yeah, I should have known it was coming. I'm in church. Trust Jesus and everything will be okay. Because if you trust Jesus, you'll be happy all the day. And we look at that and we go, yeah, right. And we blow it off. And we should. Because it isn't true. It's not. It's naive. It's not true. But while we can blow off that kind of sales pitch and that kind of utter simplistic thinking, don't blow off Jesus as the door. As the door back to paradise. But let's understand how it actually works. How Jesus actually brings us back to where in the core of our being we are actually driven to be. And here's what I want us to get above all things, and that is Jesus reverses what happened when paradise was lost. That's what Jesus does. He reverses what happened when paradise is lost. The first thing Jesus does is he comes up and says, I need to restore you into a relationship with God. See, here's the little-known secret. Paradise can only be experienced in a relationship with God. That's how it works. Not a relationship with church, not a relationship with a religion, not by trying to obey some moral guidelines, not by being baptized, not by taking communion, not by obeying the golden rule, not by keeping the commandments. No, it is found in a relationship with God. The one that got broken because we just couldn't muster up the love and the faith to just abide by God's plan. And we messed it all up and all this stuff happened. If we want paradise, we've somehow got to be restored to God. And that's where Jesus works, because apart from a relationship with God, paradise can't happen. You know, there are so many countries in our world that have so much technology, and some of those countries are very dangerous because they're led by evil people that would love to just do great damage on other countries in the world. And you know what we're scared to death of them getting? We don't want them to get nuclear-grade plutonium, enriched uranium, because once you've got that, you can take your technology, you can create the bomb, right? And you can do incredible damage by releasing incredible power. We've all got the technology, it's out there, but you can't get this stuff because it's that stuff. It's the plutonium that really is the secret ingredient. It's the power to having it all work. Jesus is like spiritual plutonium. It is only with Him in our lives, it is only with God in our lives that we have the power, or the power is unleashed for us to be able to make it back to paradise. And so the reason Jesus died on the cross, the reason He lived the perfect life we could never live, the reason He died on the cross was to pay the penalty for our sins so that we wouldn't have to. The reason He did that is so that we could be forgiven and we could have a relationship with God restored. That's the first thing Jesus does. The second thing Jesus does is he begins to fix the things that have gone wrong on the inside. He begins to fix the wrong beliefs and the skewed perspectives and the dysfunctions that developed in us because of our guilt and because of our fear and because of our self-centeredness. Jesus begins to patch us up inside. And this order is incredible. First, there is restoration to God, and then there is the repairing of our dysfunction and brokenness. Religion comes and says, repair yourself so you can be restored to God. Jesus comes and said, let me restore you to God so that he can repair you. And he begins to work at fixing what's inside of us. And we still live in a fallen and broken world. And it's difficult and it's hard and it's a struggle. But over the course of time, we begin to feel better and better about who we are. We're able to live our lives with more integrity and authenticity and righteous influence on others. And we look into the mirror and we like who we see. And inside it's like, I feel better about myself. And then, lastly, the third thing he does is he brings us back into that perfect environment. We call it heaven. Kind of unfortunate because when we say heaven, we think clouds, harps, and robes. When I was a kid and I heard of heaven, and that's the picture I had, I thought my eternal choices were either like the flames of hell or eternal boredom. And I was not really sure which I wanted. But heaven is not eternal boredom. It really is the Garden of Eden. It's earth and flowers and trees and everything that is beautiful, and it's other people and it's doing stuff and enjoying each other in a relationship and interaction with God where everything is finally perfectly right inside us and all around us. That's actually heaven. That's what eternity is for those that have been restored and are being repaired. And this return to paradise, it happens when we die. And that's really how it works. It's not trust Jesus and everything's fine. It's trust Jesus and you get restored. But even restored, man, we still got things broken inside. But that's okay. He helps us through a variety of ways to repair those so we like ourselves better and we feel more right on the inside and we can interact with others better on the outside. And then eventually we pass from this life and we end up in a perfect environment. And Jesus is the way all this happens.